news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Ron Sailor. Donald Trump has reportedly taken a lead over Kamala Harris.
In key battleground states like Arizona and Nevada, Trump leads Harris 48% to 47%. Conversely, the Democratic nominee leads the Republican candidate 48 to 47% in New Mexico and Colorado. One poll has them tied in Pennsylvania, another has Trump leading there, and two other polls have Harris ahead. Harris leads Trump in Michigan and Wisconsin, and one poll has her leading multiple candidates in Virginia. North Carolina still recovered from hurricane damage. Sees Trump leading President 50 to 47%. Another poll from Tip Insights has Trump leading Harris by 1 point, 49 to 48% nationwide. Pretty minute in Washington.
So at townhall.com, the presidential race isn't the only close election contest in Michigan this year.
There are several key Senate races nationwide that could determine control of the U.S. Senate, and Michigan has one of them. Democratic Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin versus former Republican Congressman Mike Rogers. Barack Obama has boosted Slotkin with a campaign appearance and radio ads here in Michigan. Rogers has the backing of Donald Trump as he looks to return to Washington. Key issues in this race include the economy, electric vehicles, and abortion. On the Blue Wall State Assembly, Greg Clugston, Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Republican Senate candidate Tim Sheehy of Montana says the military has had a major decline and the lack of focus on what he calls going into combat.
Our men and women, the number one priority must always be the ability to close with and kill the enemy. That's a fact. That's what they are meant to do. Whether it's flying jets, driving submarines, or shooting a rifle, they have to be ready to kill the enemy in defense of their nation.
Tim Sheehy of Montana says during the Biden-Harris administration, the focus has shifted toward things like greenhouse emissions for fighter jets. You'll find more online at townhall.com.
If your approach to everyday aches and pains is to mask them, feel better for a few hours only to have the pain return and then repeat the cycle all over again, it's time to try Relief Factor. And the good news is Relief Factor makes that easy. Their 3-week quick start is just $19.95, less than $1 a day. Instead of masking pain, Relief Factor helps eliminate it. How? Well, its unique formula of ingredients helps support your body's response to inflammation. Relief Factor was developed by doctors. It's 100% drug-free. And for so many people, the results are game-changing, even life-changing. So give it a try. Right now, their 3-week quick start is just $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800, the number 4RELIEF. See how in a few weeks or even days, Relief Factor can reduce your pain. When you feel better, life is just better. So don't mask pain. Fight it naturally with Relief Factor.
Correspondent Jackie Quinn reports on the TGI Fridays chain announcing it's in financial trouble.
The well-known restaurant chain says its bankruptcy filing is a means to look for ways to ensure the long-term viability of the TGI Friday casual dining brand. Executives cited the COVID-19 pandemic when people stopped coming into sit-down restaurants, and their struggles continue. TGI Fridays was founded in 1965. At its peak, there were about 600 restaurants in the U.S. Now it's down to about 163, but there are hundreds more across the globe. Seafood chain Red Lobster is also trying to restructure under a bankruptcy filing. I'm Jackie Quinn.
An Iranian-American journalist who once worked for a U.S. government-funded broadcaster is believed to be detained in Iran for months now. Reza Valencia came to Iran in earlier in the year. This is townhall.com. British Treasury's Chief Rachel Reeves says taxes will increase by $52 billion to plug a hole in the public finances and provide new funding for the UK's cash-starved public services.
In the Labour Party's first budget since regaining power after 14 years in July, Reeves also changed the UK's debt rules. It's a move that will allow the government to borrow more to, as she explained, quote, invest, invest, invest. The opposition Conservatives said hiking a tax on employers was a breach of Labour's election promise and would lead to lower wages.
Correspondent Jeremy House. America's employers added just 12,000 jobs last month, a total that economists say was held down by the effects of strikes and hurricanes that left many workers temporarily off payrolls. The report provided a somewhat blurry view of the job market at the end of the presidential race that has pivoted heavily on voters' minds. You'll find more analysis at townhall.com.
Okay.
In
2024, we all face a crucial question at the ballot box. Who will bring us forward and who will bring us back? With so much on the line, Democrats are the one pulling America forward. Democrats continue to pull forward on investing in our communities,
76.
supporting small businesses, and tackling big issues.
76.
Democrats continue to work on
What
lowering
time?
costs on
7:06.
groceries, prescription drugs, and everyday needs. Democrats continue to support our veterans and seniors by protecting Social Security and Medicare. Let's keep up the progress in 2024. Vote Democrat up and down the ballot Tuesday, November 5th. Paid for by the Taunton Democratic City Committee.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WDVF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. Right. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Hey,
I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and
I don't know.
surrounding
What
town?
is happening today?
Surrounding towns.
Week in review.
Come on, Joey, get it ready. What's happening in Zanesfield, Ohio? Oh, you bringing that over?
News here on AM 1530 WBBS. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
All right, I think what one's red mark is green?
I'll be red.
Yellow.
And good morning and welcome to Middleboro in Review. I am Joey Driscoll. Today is Sunday, November the 3rd. It is the final Sunday of prior to the election. So, yeah, 60 hours to go. Dawn, stop throwing stuff at me. 60 hours to go before the election here, as Dawn is continuing to throw stuff at me.
Well, still don't know.
But anyway,
Paul Labs. You're going to read the Paul Labs love note, okay? I got it right here.
Okay.
Love note number 28. Have a great Sunday morning, Don. I am listening. Yeah. And give us that tea update, Paul. All right. What's your
have a great show today. I'll be listening. Give us your Patriots prediction and who will be starting at quarterback. I will do that.
Okay.
On the show today.
We're gonna read the
But,
love notes right off, straight away.
But yeah, we are 60 hours away from the election, so a very important election. And yeah, that's all I got to say there. Very important. Go vote if you haven't. Yeah, done. Don and Chuck, any thoughts on 2024 election real quick before we move on?
Go vote. It's important.
I thought we were apolitical.
We are, but
yeah, we got.
we gotta mention it.
We're not telling you who to vote for.
No, we're not telling you to vote for. We're just saying go vote.
Go vote.
Yeah, I think it's important to go out there and vote.
Yeah, go vote.
If you already haven't done that, please do that.
Take time to read the questions, Massachusetts state ballot questions.
There's 5.
Yeah, there's 5 of them. Yeah, just read up on them, and that's it.
All right, moving on. Real quick.
Oh, wait a second. He's got another. We got more notes. Chuck just wrote you a note.
I just wrote a love note. So, follow up.
Dave Cunningham will be calling in at 7:45 a.m. So stay tuned for that.
Awesome,
Yes.
great.
Yes. So real quick before we
He's writing again. Oh boy.
before we move on. here.
By the way, good morning, Chuck. How you doing?
Good morning,
John.
Chuck.
Good morning, Joey. Always good to be here. Always good. Nice a frost on my windshield.
It's always good to have a Chuck in the house.
So before we
Yeah, a
Before we
buddy
get-
of mine from Pennsylvania has a Chuck in the house too. His buddy Chuck's frozen, so we got a couple Chucks in the house.
A woodchuck. How much could a woodchuck?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
All right, so we're going to take care of a couple things here. According to Paul's note, he wants me to give a Patriots prediction and who will start at quarterback. I'll do that right now. Patriots will beat the Titans, and Drake May will start at quarterback. Drake May is cleared the concussion protocol, which means he is available for this game, which means he will play. I do not believe Jacoby Brissett will start. They could surprise us. They could surprise us and name Jacoby Brissett the starter. I don't know if they've named a starter yet, but I believe Drake May will start this game this afternoon, 1 o'clock, and it will be in Tennessee. So, stay tuned for that 1 o'clock this afternoon. Drake May should start. He is cleared the concussion protocol. That was a scary game last week. He got hurt in that game. and luckily it wasn't extremely serious, and now he's back here in this game. So see how the Patriots do in this one. And I think if Drake May starts, they win. I mean, if Jacoby Brissett starts, they could win. This is it's an easier game on the schedule this time around. The Tennessee Titans are not that good.
Could that be a Tom Brady moment? Meaning, how Tom Brady got famous because of Bledsoe was hurt, and then they put Brady in, and they found out Brady was the best.
Could be. But Drake May will be starting in this game. He is cleared concussion protocol.
Well, you figured it'd be a couple of weeks.
It was quick. It was quick. It was a minor concussion, and thankfully that's what it was. It wasn't major.
And they got the win, which was good to see.
And they got the win in that game.
And the Jets won Thursday night, so they bounced back. So
it was funny because when we had Dr. Fischero, Dr. Ed, a few months ago, back in September, it was football season was starting pretty much for everyone, and plus the high schools for students.
Yeah.
And we talked about concussions and how to recognize concussions, because even kids playing outside, not even being supervised, playing with their friends, they can still get concussions. So as a parent, as guardian, as people, a loved one, you need to try to recognize the. Dr. Ed had a lot to say about that, and when he comes back, we'll talk about that because it's really important. Because that's brain injury, and it's no joke,
Yes.
And it's just not football; it's soccer. My son went to school with she was a really good soccer player in Taunton, and she ended up, I think she got a scholarship at Northeastern, but she had like 3 concussions, and the doctor said that's it.
When you played, did you ever get a concussion?
I played without a helmet, so yes, many times.
Really? In high school?
No, I'm kidding. Oh. I never had a concussion that I know of, Don. I did have my I was on the kickoff team when I was a sophomore up in Swampscott, and I did have my bell rung. So maybe I don't know, but my son played Pup 1 with several students that had severe concussions, and ended up having to miss school because I didn't realize the lights. What are these lights called? They're the fluorescent lights can even.
Yeah.
It's concussions are really, we know that's really, really serious. So I'm glad you have a doctor on talking about this stuff. So
yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that and food poisoning. It was the week of that.
The whole
the food scare.
Yeah. Now they're saying onions could have something to do with this. It's like a.
Well, that's lately. I'm talking about.
That's the McDonald's one.
Yeah, that was the meat.
The boarhead.
Exactly.
Scary stuff.
Yeah.
Scary stuff.
So I mean, just you never know. You just gotta be careful. You really gotta smell what you eat. I learned a lot from my friend Billy, who's a culinary arts teacher, and he's really taught me a lot on how food should be, how clean the facilities is. He says if the bathroom's dirty, do not eat now. So go wash your hands. You gotta wash your hands anyway before you eat.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you take it to go, so. A lot. I'm finding myself not going through drive-thrus a lot. Pulling in, going to wash my hands, maybe use the bathroom. Even if I'm not to use the bathroom, I wash my hands and go see what the place looks like. And then
good advice.
Yeah,
good advice.
We went away and we went to a certain restaurant and we came out and I scratched my head. I was like, paper towels on the floor and flies flying around.
Yeah.
It's appetizing.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think we're going to move on here.
All right, 7:15 a.m. Let's take our first commercial break right now. When we come back, we'll have the weather. We'll have our 10 histories. And then I'm going to talk about who does and doesn't observe daylight savings time.
Oh, yeah.
Do this every year. We talk about it.
It's not daylight saving. It's
standard time. Yep. So who doesn't observe either of those, and we'll be talking about that here as well on the show today. And at 7:45 a.m., Dave Cunningham from St. Vincent de Paul will be calling in as well. So
we got the St. Vincent. We got Chuck here. We got Dave Cunningham. Was he ever present?
No,
he wasn't our president.
He was not.
Really?
I might nominate him today, the future president, when Olinda, because you can do 6 years. So Olinda will have a tough decision to make as she. I think this is the 3rd year she's entering.
Really?
Yeah, so then she'll have to make a
But
decision.
so having the shortest administration.
Yes.
You still you got some pull. Huh?
Yes, I do.
You get a little
Yes,
pull
yes,
there?
I think that. Yes, we talked. What was it? President Harris? Which Harrison? Which? I'm sorry.
William Henry Harrison.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
administration.
31 days.
I made it a little bit more than him. I made
Yeah.
32 days.
Yeah. 31 days. Yeah.
All right, 7:16 a.m. We're going to take our first commercial break, and we'll be right back here on Middleboro in Review.
Good. What number should I have David call into?
It's 508
It's at 508
822
822
1106.
1106. All right. 508 822 1106.
Dave,
Good guy, really. Eagle Scout. That guy's so smart. He's like a
Ray,
rock star.
Ray was a.
Yes, Ray was president. And then we had a gentleman by the name of Bill Pye. I don't know if you remember Bill Pye. He was wonderful. And then there was Ray, Bill Pye, a guy, George. I think there's been like 6, maybe 5 or 6 presidents since the chapter started. Oh, Linda's the first female, so that's good.
Less of a problem with those cups than the other ones, you know?
Yeah, it's disappointing too that we've already moved on to.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I love Thanksgiving.
the thing is, you got to look at these until like February.
Yes.
So you use up the stock.
Yes, that's right. They told me they came in August. They already had them like probably going August.
Yeah.
What do you got going on for tomorrow, Joey? Any superstars on?
Tomorrow, Middleboro Matters, Eric Dunn.
Oh.
Yep. It's that time of the
Eric with a K.
of the month. So.
Oh, he's up tomorrow?
Yep, he's up. So.
I love that.
Yeah.
This is the 28th Love Note?
He's been doing really good lately. You gotta give him credit.
No, Love Note number 28.
I guess so. I guess just can't track of him. Oh, I think he just put that in and make it look funny. You know? Good guy. It's all awesome.
That's my middle name.
Yeah. Oh, he's the man. We've been on the show, and he's such, he's just so wonderful.
When's the show on?
Saturdays at 10.
Clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad.
All 50
Many
states.
members continue to serve in our armed forces.
Wouldn't it be funny if they put Cotman on?
We sponsor and
They'd never do that.
charity events each year. And as a
They would never do that. South Park is too controversial for
My daughter loves
a company like
my
Dunkin'
daughter
Donuts.
She loves South Park. She thinks it's so creative. The writers of that show are so creative.
They went to Fox, okay, and they rejected him because they wanted to use a character, and they didn't want to use his character, and they went on to end $1 billion industry was lost.
Unbelievable. So good.
Yeah. Well, talk about sticking to your convictions. You know, you
Yeah.
don't drop these characters anymore. You go somewhere else.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, and 0. And we're back as I turn down the bumper music. There we go. There we go. 7:20 a.m. here.
Standard time.
Standard time.
Standard
exactly. Or
In a while.
is it
Standard time.
is it standard time in Britain as well? What's that called during the winter in Britain? There's British summertime. and
Greenwich
then
Mean Time.
Greenwich Mean Time.
I think a lot of navies, I think that's like Greenwich Mean Time is like ground zero for like the time, world time. I don't know. I read something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
all above my pay grade.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, like I said, I'm not cheating. Stupid phone.
So,
I paid attention to class sometimes.
if you
I just had trouble remembering a pencil.
if you had a phone,
Still don't have a pencil.
if you have a phone,
I noticed you do though. Get a pencil.
Red too.
if you have a phone or a television with a time display, you didn't have to worry about changing the clocks today. They do it automatically. But if you have a watch or a digital clock over here, like I'm looking at right here on the console,
You
or
gotta fix that.
gonna have to fix that.
You gotta get.
And then the clock, going to have to fix that as well.
Yeah, you better get busy, kid.
Yes. So this is
First thing you do when you go to the truck, right? Fix my clock. He's like,
this is
he's
fallback.
He's like, all right.
This is fallback. We fell back 1 hour. I don't know if that does that mean we gained an hour of sleep.
Yeah.
Yes. So that means we gained an hour.
That's all irrelevant. I don't know why.
It is. It's irrelevant. It's very irrelevant. Daylight savings time or daylight savings time ending is also irrelevant in Hawaii and in most of Arizona.
There's been times where Apple has dropped the ball. No, seriously. On the time change, a few years ago, they dropped the ball on some phones, meaning
okay.
They never. All the alarms didn't go off for that time or whatever.
When you said Apple, my mind immediately went to apple trees. I don't
No.
know.
I think it was the Apple phones.
And I didn't realize it's not all of Arizona. I thought it was all of Arizona.
It's
and all of
not all of Arizona.
Oh, wow.
It's all of Hawaii. It looks like.
Why is it so complicated?
And half of Indiana too.
Half of Indiana and most of Arizona, but except for the Navajo Nation.
Yep.
So it's mostly, I think, because of Arizona's climate. I think that's why they don't do it.
Yeah.
There's probably other reasons.
What's Indiana's problem?
I don't know what Indiana's
There's
problem
only a
is.
few counties in Indiana. Too.
Yeah. I'm not sure. But
Because
Hawaii.
Because Indiana's central. Well, half
I
central,
know,
half east.
I know there was a law in Congress to do away with all this, but I don't know where it went, what had happened. I don't even. Does anyone know historically why we even do this? I've heard because of farming, and then I heard because they didn't want the children out in buses when it was dark in the morning. So I don't know what the truth is. I don't know why.
Well, think about it. When we went on the air last Sunday, it was dark.
Yeah.
It was dark.
So the kids
7
out in
a.m.
buses at 7 a.m. in the dark. I've heard that was one of the reasons too. I don't know what the
Yeah,
truth
but
is.
the same kids are in the dock at 3:30 in
This
the
is
afternoon.
true. This is true.
But,
especially on December the 21st.
I think it had something to do with the farmers.
Yeah.
So it was light out right around 6 a.m. this morning. The past couple of days it was light out at like 7, but now it's lighter out a little bit earlier. And then I don't know if that changes when it comes to December coming up here, December 21st. I don't know if it gets darker in the evening, in the morning.
There's always something that you got to worry about, especially driving the first week. People
yes,
got to get
yes.
adjusted because at night everyone's used to leaving. It's not going to be today because it's not a weekday, but Monday, Tuesday, always watch yourself between the hours of 3 and 5 because people aren't adjusted to that driving pattern. If they're used to leaving at work at 4:30 every day or 4 o'clock or whatever, these people are going to be going into the dark. And a lot of these people who left that time driving in the dark, and I always try to, if I'm doing a lot of driving, I try to avoid not driving in the dark.
Yes.
I mean, if I have to do it, I have to do it. Because there's more problems in the dark. You got more deer strikes in the dark, you got more accidents in the dark.
I was going through the back roads of...
And plus the sun setting too.
Yeah.
I was going through the back roads of Seekonk and Rehoboth on Friday night, and 2 deer right in front of me. I had to jam my brakes on, and thank goodness, because I've hit a deer before. A deer hit me one time in Taunton, jumped right on the hood of my car, thousands of dollars of damage.
I hit a deer 2 years ago.
Ooh, everything okay?
Well, thousands of dollars of damage. $5,000 of damage. Thank God the insurance takes care of that.
Yeah.
I did put it on my record, but it was 4 houses from my house on 105 on Thompson Street.
Wow.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then he ran in the woods.
Mm.
So,
7:25 a.m. and now here is our Today in Histories, November 3rd, 2024. We're going to have a lot of election-related Today in Histories today, by the way.
Did you say November what?
November 3rd.
That's today.
Today is November 3rd, yes.
Nice.
November 3rd, 2024, our Today in Histories. We're going to have a lot of election-related Today in Histories, by the way. It's a little bit of a spoiler, but let's start off with our Today in Histories here. 1908, William Howard Taft is elected the 27th President of the United States. 1911, Chevrolet officially enters the automobile market with the competition of the Ford Model T, Don.
Nice.
Very, very important car in history.
There's 3 colors you get the Model T in. Black, black, and black.
Lots of options.
Lots of options.
Very, very good options. 1936, Franklin Delano Roosevelt is reelected the 32nd President of the United States in his very important 3rd term?
Second.
Second.
36?
Sorry.
36.
36. Second term.
Yep.
Second term. I apologize. Second term. He would go on to do 2 more terms.
Well, no.
1 more full term.
Well, 2 more full terms. 36 to 40.
Well, he was elected to his 4th.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
And then in 1940, he was elected again.
Yeah.
And then in 44, he was elected.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he got as far as April of 45.
Yes, he did 3 full terms.
Right, in a month or so.
In a month. Yes, he did 3 full terms in a month. That's what I was about to say.
Oh, I
before you
knew this.
interrupted
I'm
me.
sorry. You're such a superstar. I'm so sorry.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt, re-elected 32nd president of the United States, his 2nd term.
That's good though. You learned it because you're not looking at that stupid phone.
If you ever have a chance, go to Washington D.C. to the Franklin FDR monument. It's one of my favorite monuments. It's newer, and it actually has him in a wheelchair, which was very controversial. They didn't want to do this.
Yeah,
and they'll talk about it. They'll teach you about that. But it's a really one of my favorite monuments in D.C. All free.
1964, Lyndon B. Johnson is elected to a full term as U.S. president. He took over as president after the assassination of JFK, John Kennedy, and he wins a full term as U.S. president, winning 61% of the vote.
I heard it was a landslide.
It
Big
was.
time.
It was,
Big time
and
landslide.
D.C. residents were able to vote for the first time in this election, casting the majority of their votes for Lyndon Johnson. I don't believe D.C. has voted for a Republican since. I'm not sure if they've even voted. I don't think they did. Don, do you know?
I don't know. I know the Mondale Reagan one was pretty lopsided, and I think Nixon and George McGovern.
Yeah, those were lopsided, but I think D.C. went Democrat both times.
Actually, Massachusetts loves McGovern because McGovern won 1 state in 1972. That was Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I believe Mondale only won Minnesota in 1984, if my memory serves me correctly.
Yeah, I think so, because I remember Massachusetts going Republican.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
1992, Democratic Arkansas Governor Bill Clinton defeats Republican George H.W. Bush and independent candidate Ross Perot in the 1992 U.S. presidential election. That was a pretty interesting election.
You know what did it for Clinton, I thought, at the time? I mean, he went on the Arsenio Hall show and played saxophone. Yeah, I mean, he did stuff that George H. Bush just wouldn't do.
Yeah.
He knew how to work the media. He knew how to work, it was a grassroots effort.
Yeah.
And that's why he won. And I really thought Clinton was a good president, in my opinion.
I agree.
I
agree.
Clinton was a great president.
I cannot disagree with that.
No.
Although the times they seemed a little less intense than right now. It just seems everything is so intense.
Yeah, you gotta go back and read your history because you think we're at the brink. I mean, we've had so much. You look at the election between John Quincy Adams and Andrew Jackson.
No, I just mean the economy. Things were on the cylinders were clicking more today. Everything. I'm not even talking about the division in politics. It's more that during the Clinton administration, things were clicking on all cylinders. It seemed like the country was. We were like right now. It's around the world. Everything is so turbulent right now.
Well, you go back and you look at the partnership between. And this was a partnership, in my opinion, and it was a successful part between Newt Gingrich and
absolutely, John,
and,
absolutely,
and Bill Clinton.
And look at Tip O'Neill and Ronald Reagan.
Yeah,
I mean, there was a partnership. Absolutely,
they could have a beer together.
Yeah,
they
honestly,
could have a drink together.
Look at the sweeping legislation that Clinton and Newt Gingrich were able to get through.
Oh yeah,
welfare reform, police reform.
Oh yeah,
sweeping legislation, and the same thing with Tip O'Neill and Ronald Reagan. And you're right, they could have a beer together. There was civility. There was civility. They may not agree on everything, but they would agree to disagree in a very civil way.
And I think that's where the mainstream media started getting slimy.
Yes.
Right around that time. Right around his impeachment time. I mean, whatever. You know what I'm saying? However you feel about that, you feel about it. I don't care.
All right.
You know what I mean? But my attitude is that he had...
Joey's trying to set limits.
No, Joey's just
I just keeping the eye on the time here. It's 7:30. We gotta take our bottom of the hour news
and
break.
then we'll finish up our.
And then we'll finish up. We'll finish up our Today in Histories because we're not done.
3 hours. Maybe you need a 3-hour show instead of an hour.
We'll finish up our Today in Histories because we're not done. And then 7:45 a.m. this morning, Dave Cunningham will be calling in from St. Vincent de Paul and we'll be talking all about what's going on with St. Vincent de Paul. Thanksgiving, Christmas, right around the corner, so we'll be talking about that. We'll be right back here on Middleboro in Review on WVBF 1530 AM 99.7 FM.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. That ability to be able to collaborate is gone.
Yeah.
It's just gone.
Yeah.
News this hour.
Those guys didn't like each other. Bill Clinton and Luke Graham probably did. And I know Tip O'Neill supposedly they were on the right and not like one another. But they were able to get things done. And I think they can sit down and have a beer.
Right.
Is there?
We grew up in such a great time. I like Ronald Reagan's an all-time president. I love that guy. The spaceship Challenger. I mean, he was speaking right to me. I sat there and he was like, he was just mesmerized. My wife had the, I don't know if I told you, she started to speak in
When did you graduate? 87?
87.
87.
Yeah. I stayed back in first grade.
I did too. I graduated in 86.
Yeah, I stayed back in first grade. I should have graduated in 86.
How old are you? 57?
56. I'll be 57 in August.
Critical for Harris. Her clearest path to reaching 270
I was at the Nichols Middle School on one
winning Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania.
Nichols Middle School,
On the
yeah.
Blue Wall States tour.
Did you go to Nichols Middle School?
Kenosha,
I did.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
He was in TV Pro.
That building's my age.
Is that when it was built?
Yeah, 1999. I think,
So you were born the same year as my son.
it's probably, I think it was built right around, I think it was like open right around the same time.
My son was born October the 6th. And then Eric, I know Eric was born sometime in August, because we always go to his birthday parties at the end of the set. That was always like,
In 99?
yes,
I think his birthday's the 2nd.
of August.
I think so,
He
or
was
the
born on
1st.
my brother's birthday, same day, June 5th, 99.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I met a couple last night. I sat at the pleasure of sitting with a Vietnam vet.
Yeah.
And this guy was a Marine for 13 years. He and his wife were born the same day, the same year. May 31st, 1942. She didn't believe him. She thought he was making it up. So she's like, I want to see a driver's license. This is when they were first dating. Yeah. May 3rd, yeah. Brilliant guy, really. 13 years. Then he worked for the Boston Fire Department for 30 years. He was a Marine for 30. He went in 1959. So he was involved. He was there during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Fascinating guy. Lives in Oak Point. Nice man. He and his wife are beautiful people. Oh my God.
Life takes a toll on our bodies. No way around
Oh,
it.
you're
Whether
not
it's
kidding.
sitting hours on
Life
end
takes a
at your
toll on our
computer,
bodies.
or working a physical job.
Neil is correct. Neil Gorsuch is very correct.
There is, however,
He's a
an
character.
effective way to
He is.
turn back the clock on
Neil
pain.
Gorsuch.
He's on Fox a lot.
What did he say?
Doctors Relief Act to help support
He's on this ad.
your body's response
Just
to
about your body as you
inflammation.
get older.
The
It's
difference
just,
is
Joey,
instead of
take care of
This
your
isn't Neil
Relief
Gorsuch.
Act helps
Oh, that's-
It sounds like him.
No.
100%
No, the guy, no, I thought, no, I think you're talking about the guys on Fox News, not the Supreme Court Justice.
Do as so many others have.
Neil Gorka, I'm sorry. Neil Gorka.
Gorka.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
Neil Gorka.
Gorka.
Gorsuch, yes, Neil Gorsuch. Supreme Court Justice on a commercial.
That's 1-800, the number 4 relief. Try it for only
Neil
19
Gorka, there we go. That is Neil Gorka. Yes, it is. 100%.
We can stop
Gorka.
pain.
His,
It's not Neil,
what is his name?
it's something else. It's something else.
Moldovans are casting votes in a decisive presidential runoff.
I thought it was Neil. I thought it was Neil Gorka.
This is gonna be, I'm so excited for the next few days. I love this one. I wonder what percentage of the country has already voted.
Millions have voted already.
You think half the country has already voted?
I don't know about half, but millions.
No, I'd say probably a quarter.
Good quarter probably at this point. I think a lot of states early voting has surpassed records.
Michael Moore has predicted a Trump. He's predicted a blue tsunami for on Tuesday. Michael Moore, the director.
Yeah, of course he's gonna say that.
Of course he's gonna say that.
A blue tsunami. Yeah, this morning.
It's either gonna be a blue or a red one. It's not gonna be.
I don't think it'll be in the middle. No.
I just hope it's not in the middle. I hope it is, so we can move on. Put a
I hope
period
it's
on it, and
either
that's-
or, and we can move on. Exactly. 1 minute.
The Kelly Dooner Pacheco race is going to be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting.
Geary, Oklahoma, not much different from any other small town.
I've received at least a half dozen mailers from
Everybody
him.
knows everybody
From
else.
Pacheco.
And then you got Jimmy.
But
Yeah.
now the
Yeah.
police chief and all 3
Yeah, we went to the-
officers of the department,
we went
plus
to the,
2 of the
forum.
town's city council
All three candidates did very good.
Yeah, he's great, huh?
All three candidates
That
did
guy's
great.
awesome.
Yeah,
That guy's so awesome. So fair and balanced.
Gee, the officers resigned with great sadness.
The community has about
Does he ever work for
1,000
VPF
residents.
project?
Jason Walker
No,
reporting.
I don't think so.
I'm surprised. 'Cause
If he did, it was well
You know
before
what it is?
me.
He's very controversial, though. He's very, like, he's in your face. His show, I used to love it because he didn't care. He'd go after the police. He didn't care. He'd go after the mayor. He'd go after, city council. He just didn't care.
Jimmy told me he's the guy who would call somebody at work and say, "This is something." I think it was him. I think
No, it has to be.
You know.
In 2023, Massachusetts Democrats passed the largest tax
Commercials.
in years.
Do a commercial.
Continuing progress working to lower costs and make Massachusetts a more affordable place. Democrats will continue to work to cut taxes and
478
support
and it's
seniors, working
7:36.
families, and veterans. Democrats are on the forefront of making Massachusetts a livable
And
and
it is
affordable place for all,
7:36.
creating an economy that works for everyone.
Yeah.
Vote to protect your
That's
wallet.
2 of 5.
Vote to elect Democrats to our state legislator on Tuesday, November 5th. Paid for by the Taunton Democratic City Committee.
And we're back. So I turned down the bumper music. There we go. 7:37 a.m. We got a lot to get to here in the next 8 minutes before Dave Cunningham calls in. So let's get to it. It is, again, 7:37 a.m. And today is November 3rd, 2024. Let's finish today in histories. 2014, we move on to that now. One World Trade Center officially opens in New York City, replacing the Twin Towers after they were destroyed during the September 11 attacks. So 10 years now, World Trade Center has been opened on.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful building.
Yeah, I want to go there and go to the observation deck, and I want to go to the museum and check out the reflecting pool, and we're due to do that soon.
And the 2020 U.S. presidential election takes place on this day in 2020 between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. It takes a few days before Biden was declared the winner. And our birthdays today, 1793, Stephen F. Austin, American businessman and politician. 1945, Edward Douglas White, American lawyer, jurist, and politician. He was the 9th Chief Justice of the United States. 1921, Johnny, you love this one. Charles Bronson, American soldier and actor.
Wow.
Yeah, he was a soldier. He was World War II. He was.
My dad took me to see all the, well, not all of them, but Death Wish when I was a young boy.
I've seen all of them.
Oh, great series.
You've
Charles
seen all of
Bronson.
them? 5?
I've seen all of them.
Really?
They're all good. They're all good.
I think Death Wish was just like his last movie, and then he did a TV series called A Family of Cops, and I think that was the last.
I think there was like three of those before he died.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
and so I mean,
Was he in the Magnificent Seven?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, he had so many great. I mean, a Mechanic as well.
Yeah, he was in Raid on Entebbe.
Raid on Entebbe.
Yeah,
That was a really good one too.
James Woods was in that movie.
Yeah.
And Jack Warden. You know who
Jack Warden. He was like a great character actor.
Oh, him.
You know, this is
Him and George Kennedy.
Yes. Oh, I love George Kennedy. But Don, Joey won't remember this, and I don't want to monopolize. But Used Cars. Have you ever seen the movie Used Cars with Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
He was in that. Jack Warden was in that also.
Yeah.
Just a great character actor. He was also in 12 Angry Men. His resume was really good. I liked him a lot.
All those character actors.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the big stars, but those character actors.
So important.
Yeah.
What I'll say about Charles Bronson is the remakes of both The Mechanic and Death Wish are some of the best remakes I've ever seen.
Well, Bruce Willis, he can't.
Bruce Willis was so good in Death Wish.
You know what? It was a less is more kind of movie.
Yeah.
So it wasn't over the top. The Death Wish is like 3 was over the top.
Is that the one when they went into they were in like the
New York,
but the city it was
Yeah.
all like under control. You know, they were shooting missiles in the building.
Yeah. That was I mean, they kind of toned it down in 4 and 5, and 2 was awesome. 2 was really good, and Jimmy Page did the soundtrack for that. No, people don't know that.
I did not know that.
And then of course The Mechanic, the remake, Jason Statham, perfect, absolutely perfect. Jason Statham's a great actor. He was really good in Hobbs
Who
and
played
Shaw.
the Jim Michael Vincent part of that movie?
don't remember the guy's name.
Larry Storch.
I don't know.
No, this movie came out in
You know Larry
2000
Storch, don't you?
No.
2013.
Larry Storch was another character actor. He was in. What was the one that Joey wants to move on. He's doing. Hurry up, Chuck! Hurry up, Chuck! Oh my God! They were in a. It was like a. You know the show that he was in. He was really. I can't sing because I have to sing a tune song, but you'll get yelled at.
Yeah, you'll get.
They were like I forget.
You get a
it.
phone call.
Yes.
You get yelled at.
Yes. 1933, Michael
F Troop. I'm
Dukakis.
sorry, F Troop. F Troop. Larry Storch was an F Troop.
Michael Dukakis' birthday is today. American lawyer, academic, and politician. He was the 65th governor of the state of Massachusetts.
How old was he today, Joey?
Well,
1933,
he was governor
91.
twice. He was governor twice.
He's 91.
He's 91 today.
He used to ride the T all the time.
I was just gonna say that.
He used to ride the T.
He's the
all
only
the
guy
time.
who put his, how politicians preach here to take transportation.
He actually did.
took it.
Quick, Joey, 30-second story. So when I
Yes.
went to Bridgewater State University, we were at the time there was Dukakis and Bush were going against each other, and and Bush mentioned Bridgewater State University because we had a president, Jerry Indelicato, who was embezzling funds. So we're all sitting in the room, a whole bunch of college students, 19-year-olds, and Bush looked at Dukakis and he said, "You have that president down there at Bridgewater, Jerry Indelicato, embezzling funds." And we all stood up and applauded because Bridgewater State College then was mentioned in a national debate.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Mike Dukakis, Joey, should have stayed out of tanks. The tank was the beginning of the
Who knows?
I don't know.
But he was governor twice, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't have Deep Purple without this next name. Nick Simper.
Well,
Nick Simper. His
Yep.
birthday today. 1945. Bass player, original bass player for Deep Purple. Those first couple albums there.
he never went on anything else, did he?
I don't think he did.
Miles Beyond was the other.
None of those guys who left really did much of anything. Rod Evans did go on to Captain Beyond.
Oh, Captain Beyond, right?
Captain Beyond. But he's not the best singer at Captain Beyond, in my opinion, by the way. William Dafoe is. Not the actor. Not the actor. This is a different guy. Different William Dafoe. It might be Dafoe. But he was great. But not Rod Evans. Not that good. I don't care for Rod
Well, he
Evans.
was the
and Captain
weaker
Beyond.
lead. There was 4 lead singers for Deep Purple.
Yes, he was the weakest one.
Rod
Unfortunately.
Evans. You know the other 3?
Rod Evans, Joe Turner, David Coverdale,
And
Glenn Hughes, maybe.
maybe.
I mean,
Nah,
can we consider that?
No, he wasn't considered the lead singer. I'd say
He was the lead singer in a couple of songs. I mean, can we consider that? I mean, I don't know.
4.5.
Yeah, 4.5. Yeah, I think we can consider that. And, of course, Ian Gillan as well. And then 1952, Jim Cummings, American voice actor. Probably one of the most important voice actors out there. But we have a call. Let's say good morning to our caller. Good morning. You're on Middleboro in Review.
Good morning. This is David Cunningham.
Hi, David.
Sacred Heart Food Pantry.
Good morning, Dave. How you doing? This is Don. I'm sitting next to Chuck Hard, and we got a full house here.
Do you? Oh,
Yeah.
great.
How you doing? It was good to see you at the dinner 2 weeks ago there at the St. Vincent de Paul dinner at Oak Point. There was a lot of people there. It seemed like it was a great success. Talking to Chuck, was it last week? 2 weeks ago? Was it?
I called in. The dinner was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
David, I'm going to let Joey and Don talk. I just want to thank you so much for calling in and just say that as somebody that, as a former president, the shortest administration in the history of St. Vincent de Paul, working with you and seeing what you do and your intelligence and your wisdom and your sense of humor and your just everything. I thank you so much for what you do down there. I think we had maybe 45 people yesterday. We had a lot of new people coming in yesterday, and the energy there is just so wonderful in what you're doing. But I'm gonna be quiet and listen to you. But thank you so much. And what I really appreciate about you is you're a very humble person. Your humility is second to none. And I love the fact that you're an Eagle Scout, because I always wanted to be Eagle Scout and I couldn't make it out of Cub Scouts. So I'm passing it on to Joe.
I didn't get a Cub Scout either.
So, Dave,
Yes.
first question here is we have Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up, and the Thanksgiving first. What is St. Vincent de Paul doing to prepare for Thanksgiving?
Right now we are preparing to distribute 450 meals for Thanksgiving to not only the people who use our pantry on a regular basis, but we're also extending that to the veterans who are in need in our 4 communities as well. And we also are helping out a church in Brockton, St. Patrick's in Brockton, that we traditionally has helped out monetarily and through the holiday meals. So 450 is the total. We're currently signing people up when they come to the pantry, the shop. We sign them up for the meal at the same time if they want it, and we're doing that through November 23rd. And if you're not currently registered to use the pantry, we welcome you to come in and sign up for the pantry, and you can then sign up for the meal, at the same time as you're signing up for the pantry. And the meals will be distributed on Tuesday, November 26th, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So hopefully we don't have enough time to thaw the turkey. So, also one thing with regard to Thanksgiving is we were not able to get all the turkeys we normally get through the Greater Boston Food Bank this year, so we're short about 150 turkeys right now. So we're currently this week conducting a turkey drive. We've been advertising that for a couple of weeks now, so we're asking anyone who would like to help us out to bring a frozen turkey, 12 to 14 pounds, by the pantry any morning from 8 to 10 and drop that off with whoever is at the door there that day. And we'll thank them very much for that, and hope we'll make up the difference we need. If not, we'll be prepared to go out and do something so everyone have a turkey for their Thanksgiving meal.
Excuse me, Dave, Don here. What size turkeys are you looking for if anybody wants to volunteer and drop off a turkey? And what's the best time to maybe drop off a turkey? Is that like mostly Saturday mornings when you guys do
So for this turkey drive, we the 2 Saturdays, so it's this November 2nd through November 9th. So yesterday was the first day we did this, and we were doing it from 8 to 11, and next Saturday 8 to 11. But during this week, Monday through Friday, anytime between 8 and 10, and we're looking for a 12 to 14 pound frozen turkey.
And at the food pantry at Oak Street,
at 53
right?
Oak Street.
In the rear, the back of the building, right?
Yes, the St. Isidore Parish Hall, the white building, and the pantry is located at the back of the building.
Okay.
53 Oak Street.
All right. Sounds good. Yep.
So that's the 2 things for Thanksgiving.
Yep. So you said you're short like a...
We were also we'll be offering a Christmas meal also, and we'll be starting the sign-ups for that on Saturday, November 16th, and we'll be running sign-ups through Saturday, December 14th, or November 16th through December 14th is the sign-up period for the Thanksgiving meal, or Christmas meal rather, excuse me, and we'll follow the same procedures as for the Thanksgiving meal. You sign up during your pantry, visit to the pantry for your shopping that month. So.
Yeah. Yes. Go ahead.
No, we have one other major thing going on, huge thing we do every year called our Giving Tree program. This is where we take requests for presents that families want for their children. We also help out at like nursing homes around town, and we record the gifts that they would like to receive, and we distribute tags all over town. The various companies and churches and other organizations who want to help out, and they buy a gift that's on the tag, and they bring the gift back, and we distribute those presents. I think they're being distributed on the 15th of December this year. And right now, all you need to do for that is just come by the pantry also during normal pantry hours and visit with the folks who they're going to be on the first floor of the parish hall. Pantry's down in the basement level. So they go up to the first floor, and there'll be plenty of people up there who will meet with them and get them registered and take their gift requests. And that's going on right now. We've been doing this for many, many years. I think last year we handed out over almost 1,200 gifts were distributed through this program around town.
Wow.
And then I think the last thing I wanted to mention was, all this work takes a lot of volunteers. And if anyone's ever interested in volunteering to help at the food pantry or any one of these other programs or activities that we do, such as the Giving Tree, all they need to do is visit our website, and we have a contact section on there where they can just fill in the information and submit it, and it'll email us, and then we will have someone follow up with you. And our website address for anyone who's interested in knowing is www.sddpmiddleboro.org. It's S as in Sam, B as in Victor, D as in David, P as in Paul, Middleboro, BORO.org. And that also has lists our pantry hours for anyone who's not aware of what our normal pantry hours are. That's readily available information on that website. So.
Okay, on the turkeys though, that's something that it's important. So you say you're about 180 turkeys short, you said?
We're about 150 short by plan, so
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We've already gotten about 8 turkeys turned in so far, so we're making a small dent in it. We'll keep going for the rest of the week.
So one more time, Dave, on those drop-off hours for the turkeys, you looking for, what you say, between
8 and 10 during the week this week, and again next Saturday 8 to 11.
Okay.
And if you can't make those hours, a phone call, we can get back to you and arrange a time that might work for you better than those hours, and they can just call and leave a message they can use the contact form that I just mentioned on our website, or they can call us at 508-947-1717 and choose option number 1.
Okay, and
which will take them to the food pantry phone.
All right, and the size of the turkeys again, and the address for the food pantry, so people know.
So 12 to 14 pound frozen turkey.
Yep. Frozen turkey.
They're a small butterball, and
Yep.
then 53 Oak Street. It's the St. Isidore Parish Hall, the white building, 53 Oak Street, and it's at the back of the building.
Okay, that sounds good. Hopefully people hear this today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you got an influx of turkeys. A bunch of turkeys coming your way, Dave.
Dave, we have a lot of turkeys, don't we, Dave?
Yeah. So that'd be good. Could you give now after next week? Are you going to extend that if you don't make your deadline, or you think you might be able to make the deadline as far as the turkeys in the 1 week period? Are you going to be doing a drop off the following week, or do you have to get the ball rolling as far as getting the dinners ready and everything?
So basically, we've never done a turkey drive like this before, so we are going to get a sense of how well it works.
Yeah.
But we're doing it early enough that we can make alternate plans, which, we do have money set aside that we could go out and buy
the
additional turkey that we need in the store ourselves. So, or we have some gift cards, which we're debating what the best option would be. We might be able to give a gift card to the family instead of the turkey, and they can go buy that at the store themselves. So it'll just come down to a matter of logistics in the end there.
Well, if you extend your turkey drive, you feel free to call next Sunday and let us know how you made out. Joey, tell us if we got 2 minutes.
2 minutes, yes. So, definitely. If you extend it, definitely give us a call. Definitely give us a call. Chuck will be with us again next month. Give us a call next month as well. Talk about the
Christmas thing,
Christmas thing, and also your year in general, the 2024 in general for the St. Vincent de Paul.
And plus, if you don't mind, calling, tell us about the fuel assistance too, because that's going to be kicking into gear too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little frost on the pumpkin this morning, so I think a lot of people need to know about the fuel assistance programs at St. Vincent de Paul. I've been in the oil business for 30 years, and I always remember delivering. This was in the Abington area because I worked out of Abington, but the Abington St. Vincent de Paul did a lot for the community as far as fuel assistance, delivering and it was like it was a 100-gallon drop, 100 here, 100 there, you know what I mean? But it was a lot of people, and a lot of people really appreciated the service and St. Vincent de Paul.
David, that's something we still offer, correct? Is there fuel assistance available?
So we do provide financial assistance in various forms, rental, fuel, etc. And we do have criteria that we'll use, but all they need to do is, if they're registered, they just come in and ask when they come into the pantry. If they're not, we'd like to register them and get them recorded in our system, and then we can start figuring out how best we can help them. So, we're good at, we also do a lot of utilities requests with like middleboro Gas and Electric and others. So, it's on a case-by-case basis, but yes, we do help out in all those areas as best as we can.
And I know we're up against the clock, David. I just wanted to thank you again and all the extraordinary efforts that you do every day and at the volunteers down there. And I appreciate you appointing me to my new position, my new committee as the Director of Buffoonery. I thank you very much for that. I thank you.
You've got the shortest president next to me. He's the William Henry.
William Henry Harrison.
Yeah. And David, before you go, I am looking for an assistant director of buffoonery. So let me know if you can appoint somebody for that. Maybe Wednesday night at our next committee meeting, you can let me know.
So thank you so much, Dave Cunningham, for calling in.
All right.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you so much.
Bye now.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Such
All
a
right.
good guy.
7:58
we got 2
a.m.
minutes
We have
of
2 minutes left.
Of this great show.
And we're going to spend those 2 minutes, or a majority of those 2 minutes, talking about the weather. 30 degrees right now in Taunton.
I thought you were going to talk about the fact that
Usually
William Howard
I start
Taft,
with
Joey,
this, but I
William
didn't have a
Howard
chance
Taft got stuck in the bathroom at the White House. Seriously, because he was over 350 pounds. So.
Yeah.
But we digress.
I did not start with the weather today. We're going to end with the weather today. A little bit different. By the way, next week, transportation topic. We'll have a big one next week. We didn't get to it today, but we'll get to it next week. We have a big one.
He says that every time, and then he gives me 5 minutes.
It's gonna be it will be a big one because we're celebrating an opening of a new service, Amtrak Floridian. We'll be talking about that more in detail. I did talk about it already, a little less in detail, but me and Don will get into detail about it for sure next Sunday.
I've heard that before.
No, you definitely. I'm giving you time to talk.
Better do your weather and stop lying to me. Okay?
But I'll give you time to talk about it, and I'll talk about it as well. Anyway, weather, 30 degrees in Taunton, clear skies, 51 for the high, 26 for the low today. In Driscoll, Texas, 78 degrees, a high of 91 with a low of 77. So we have that going on as well. Clear skies today there. Middleboro, 29 degrees, a low of 50, low of 27, a low of 50. Well, that would be great if there was a low of 50 today, but that's not the case. Pretty cold out, and 49 degrees in Driscoll, North Dakota. Clear, cloudy, and 53 today. Rain in the forecast. 36 for the low. So there is your weather. It is 8 o'clock. We're going to say goodbye. We're going to say thank you to Chuck Hart. Thank you, Chuck, for being here today. And we'll be back next month again for December. The first Sunday in December, which is, hold on one second, that is December 1st.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Rabbit. That's what they say.
That's when you're coming back?
Yes, December the 1st.
December the 1st. So Chuck Hart will be back once again. And also...
Good to have you.
Always, honestly, this is like a highlight for me. You guys are just rock stars.
Thank you for the coffee, by the way.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
You're welcome. I do have the bill for you. No kidding.
Yeah.
Again, Tuesday, go vote if you haven't done so already. And Monday, tomorrow, me and Eric are going to be talking all about sports. So if You want an hour away from all the politics.
So you think the Titans are going to win?
Yes. Yes. No. I never said that.
Question.
No, Patriots. I never said that.
On the road? You think the Patriots can win on the road?
Yes, on the road, yes.
Titans?
So, tomorrow, let me finish here. Tomorrow, if you want an hour, a break, 1 hour break from all the politics, 11 o'clock a.m., Middleboro Matters. Me and Eric will be talking about sports, Patriots, Red Sox, all that good stuff. So tune in at 11 a.m. tomorrow for Middleboro Matters. And again, go Patriots, beat Titans, hopefully. We'll see. But anyway, it's 11. It's not 11. It's 11 somewhere, but not here. 8:01 a.m. And let's go to our town hall news. Bye bye, everybody.
Daylight time.
No, that's awesome. Oh, that was great. That's a lot of fun. You guys are a lot
Bye,
of
everybody.
fun.